Meanwhile, the U.S. Labor Department reported first-time unemployment claims for last week, and it looks like this, 860,000. Here's a look at where we've been on those claims. As you can see, we're making progress. Overall claims are decreasing, but the margin of change has been minimal over the past few weeks. Is this going to be a slow recovery? Here to weigh in, our A-plus panel for the day, editor-in-chief of HerMoney.com, Katherine Tuggle, and former director of the SEC Division of Investment Management, Norm Champ. So, Katherine, as you look at these numbers, we're kind of stuck here. Unemployment is not low. And what does that tell you?
Well, it's important to note that this is the 26th consecutive week of elevated claims. That's half a year. That's 6 months. So we're all really fed up with what's happening. But we are seeing that decline. 860,000 is slightly down. We're in the fourth consecutive week. Claims under $1 million. And continuing claims were also down by 900,000 to 12.63 million. So the recovery isn't as quick as we wanted, but it is there.
Can you explain, Norm, the dynamics of what's going on? Because all of us, I think, understood when the shutdowns happened and businesses were essentially told by the government, you can no longer run, that people were going to lose their jobs. What's happening now to force people to lose their jobs as most of the country is getting back to work?
So it's a great question, Bob. In fact, we lost about 22 million jobs in March and April. The economy has brought back roughly half of those. So 11 million are back. And yet we continue to see these losses. It seems like industries that potentially could hang on for a certain amount of time are now showing these layoffs and declines as things continue, where things haven't opened up as quickly, or where there's disproportionate impact on certain industries. So you see how some industries are getting hurt much worse than others. Restaurants, hospitality, travel, tourism. On the other hand, staffing agencies in today's papers talking about their difficulties filling jobs in auto manufacturing, loan refinancing, warehouse, and call center jobs, obviously related to online shopping. So there is, there are booms in certain part of the economy, and then other areas that continue to be hurt.
Yeah. Katherine, do we need another stimulus bill, or are we beyond that now?
I mean, it really depends on where you look in this economy. If you look at small businesses and you look at travel, tourism, the airline industry, I think absolutely there are families that are hurting right now. There are, over 12 million continuing claims happening right now. So I think that it could definitely benefit some families. It would be nice if there could be some thought put into who gets the stimulus payments, how much based off the cost of living in the area, rather than just blanketing the country with $100 that some people just don't need.
Yeah.
The housing market right now is doing really well. The automobile industry is doing really well, as is the tech industry. I'm fully right now. I don't need a stimulus check. So yes, it would be nice, but it needs to be done thoughtfully.
Yeah, it seems like a haves and a have-nots kind of recovery here, Norm.
Absolutely. You're seeing those who can work from home, those who are in industries where that's possible, they're doing fine. People who have to be out there on the front lines, like restaurants and tourism and those things, are having a hard time. One other thing I want to point out is there are two other federal programs. One is a pandemic unemployment assistance program, and another one for continuing benefits beyond the normal state time. Those programs, there's a lot of controversy about how many people are in those programs.
Right.
But millions. So we do have other unemployed folks in those other programs, and that's not showing up in these numbers.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we're taking small steps back and that we're going to get back to normal sometime soon. That's what we all have our fingers crossed for. Tuggle and Champ, thank you very much.